turn 11, we have an event that gives us the choice of becoming humble, which would be really bad because this person is proud, gaining 1 charisma, or becoming robust. Robust is pretty amazing, especially as an orator. So we're going to sell some of our iron and make that happen. And you'll see we actually sell all the iron that we need. Just trying to be very cautious, don't want to sell too much. And that gives us robust. From there, we don't have the wood to start a monastery here, and I think I'm just going to start it here because that way it'll automatically remove. I don't want to wait to start the monastery. I probably should have chopped last turn to account for the monastery. I didn't, so we can start the monastery there. Then we'll clear this camp, and that gets us another nice event, a settler in Persia. We could also make the oligarch endeared to us, and get us service of charisma, but a settler is amazing right now. That'll give us a free settler, which massively speeds up our development time and means we can start another settler. So this settler will come down here, and then we'll probably move the next settler over here. Then we'll need another place to settle soon. So we'll probably get that scout out, and then we'll start a settler here as soon as we can. Hopefully should have just enough money next turn to do that as well. Settlers can't harvest, so we don't have the tempo right now to harvest those horses, unfortunately. We'll get the scout up and running soon. So that's turn 11. We get a free settler and robust. Really nice. So yeah, gracious, robust, compassionate, and robust is amazing. So very happy to have that. And we should have our next point of XP, which we'll probably put towards more charisma. Don't have the tempo to influence the matriarch to convert people, unfortunately, right now. So yeah, but it's going to be really nice. I may actually go settle this, move this down here first, just to get tempo down here. I think I want to found on this square, and that way I can heal this guy up, and then maybe start marching on the Thracians down south. We'll see. And I think just looking at positioning wise, probably want to position here. And this would be a hunter's site. That's fish resources and the horses. And then here, clearly we want the marble, so we will be make Statesmen here. So those will be our 2 city sites. I think, yeah, I'll just move this one further because it's further ahead. And then this one can go. And yeah, we will be able to start that marble right away, essentially, which will be great once we get a worker up and running. All right, so that is turn 11. We are a little touch and go here with our family opinion, but it should sort things out. I think it is worth burning 240 gold for robust because we are 28, so robust will last us a long time. And yeah, we'll get this scout up and running and then probably start a worker after that. The monastery will also help us a lot with science. For science, it's going to be a pretty big boost for our science. And it's also spread here. So we could do a monastery here, for example. Or even here. But yeah, I kind of like the free chops because it just saves tempo. All right, that is turn 11.
And turn 11. We've got a few events, but first let's spend our moves. I've already planned something out. Our attack against the barbarian. And then we're going to be building a mine on the gems. Chop once to get some wood and another mine. Since we don't have ore, we need a few mines going, so we can afford a warrior or 2 as well as some quarries. Then we have 1 left and we are moving back towards the middle. We'll eventually get another scout when we found our rider seat, and we can use the second scout to scout down here. So we are using the scout to get an eye on what Alcaras is doing. Then our production, we want 2 settlers. We can afford this, which we've looked at on our last turns. Then we have 2 events. So here can either become loyal, which would be our 3rd trade, or this diplomat could join us, and the follow-up events will give us a choice to divorce our current wife, or some other, like, they are not going to like us, or things. Nothing too. I'm not sure what requires to become romantic here. What the requirements for the different options are. I'm not too keen on becoming loyal, but we are also having a level up, which is not the best traits. Prosperous is Carthage. Prosperous is not that bad, especially since we're governor in Carthago, where we're getting the 1.5 times the value as leader, both the governor and the leader value, and then we are getting the 50% bonus from the fair. Wisdom is also really good for what we're wanting to do, but would I rather have this or risk some bad stuff happening here? I think we're going to take Prosperous here. And at that point, since we have 3 strengths now, this turns into 1 discipline, and then we just take the discipline character. The self is not that particularly good. We are still both young. We don't hate each other. So I'm just keeping... No, I don't want to risk any issues with my current wife. So this is what Sena is going to survive, and we can kill this next turn. We have our settlers on the way. Quite long build times. Fortunately, that should be for him as well. Since we're playing mirror map, he will have the same growth situation. So even if he had hunters, that would be 2 more, so not too bad. We have stone cutting. We are still 2 turns away. Things are moving slowly. And that's it. See you next turn.
All right, turn 12. We got an event to take an ambition or take 40 XP but lose 40 opinion with the hunters. We can't really afford that, and we already have 3 strengths. We're going to move our settlers along. Then I'm going to start a settler here, selling a bunch of iron and stone to do so. Also going to sell a little bit more stone so that I can influence her so that she can start converting people, because I really need to get these families converted, because family opinion is going to be a problem. So we'll sell down to 200, and then she is going to influence her, which will bring her to plus 100, which will then let us use civics, 75 civics, to convert these folks urgently. Yeah, we are in good shape right now, food-wise, with this site. So, and then we'll scout around a little bit, because we definitely need to keep scouting. We will eventually want to clear this, but not right now. We may actually double recruit here or something. These are pretty cheap to recruit, so consider recruiting, I guess, in a couple turns. And then we probably want to remember to harvest horses with that worker when that finishes there. And then consider recruiting Thracians in, I guess, 6 turns? 4 turns? Yeah, turn 16. Yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on here. This looks like such an amazing Hunter City site. It could be states as well, but probably with the ore you want to stay with a military family. This guy needs to keep standing on that. This, I will eventually get orders to heal. Really need to get these families fixed, opinion-wise. Yeah, this is going to move over here. This will move over here. So yeah, it'll be Some turns we'll found here and we'll found here. So, all right, that ends this turn.
And turn 12. Not too much going on. We have some scouting moves that we need to be doing, or just killing the barbarian unit up here, and some scouting movement doing scouting down here. Harvesting is not too much, but we have the orders to spare, so could always get an event. Getting some legitimacy from discovering the lake. Let's do. Since Alcaras hasn't been here, we're doing something that he likes to do. And rename the landmark for our nation. Then we have one event for ambitions. Since we did get our first level, the next one is quite far away. This we will never achieve. This is a bit off, and 3 specialists is a bit further away. I think this we can do easily. We could grab the experience, but I think it's too far away, and this is probably 9 to 10 turns away. So maybe we could take the experience and get another similar ambition by that time. But I think it's better to take this right now. The next one might just be build like 6 mines or 6 quarries or something we cannot do, and then it will be even further off again. This is something that will happen automatically for what we'll be doing. Can't really make use of our last order. Since he hasn't been here yet, probably means he sent his scout south, or he doesn't have the orders to scout much. Apparently he has confided in us that he had found it with the riders. He should have 2 scouts, if that is indeed true. So it's probably an order limitation. So, see you next turn.
Turn 13, going to move and harvest, then move our settlers over, and then we're going to move back so we can harvest over here next turn as well. So I want to basically start converting and also influencing, because I'm really getting worried about this opinion. So if we convert her and influence her, then we'll have a good shot at fixing some of this opinion. Yeah, so really do not want rebels right now. And yeah, so scout on the way and settler on the way. And we'll eventually move stuff around here, but no orders right now. All right, that ends this turn.
And we're on turn 13. So we are just doing some scouting movements down here, probably cutting up north next turn. And then we have there's not many improvements we can do, good improvements, so we are doing some chopping instead. We could start building a quarry, but we don't have the iron yet, since we only just finished our first mine. So we are going to reroll and pick up Stone Boost for now. And with that, we are through our turn. So see you later.
Turn 14, some great news. We have influenced the matriarch, so she is now very happy. And the clerics have finally converted to Zoroastrianism, which means they've gone from cautious to pleased, which is wonderful. we are going to go ahead and have her convert the hunter family. And then we're going to move our settlers. We're going to found statesmen here, largely because that gets me some coastal movement, potentially, to move along a little bit faster. We start a worker there. We'll move that over there. And then it's like the undo stack is broken, sadly. Not entirely sure why. But we will influence her with our last 2 units, our last 2 orders, and we will start husbandry. And then lastly, we will also pick up monotheism for additional 2 orders, which will put us at 15 orders next turn. We want to, and then we'll want to start a monastery here so as to grab the horses in the city, since we're getting pastures for additional orders. And then we should get gems here at some point. Question mark when. Yeah, so we'll probably want to chop at some point. We will probably get by Thracians in 2 turns so that we can attack, double attack there. Yeah, and this settler is on its way over here. Since we founded that city, we can now use coastal movement. That speeds things up a little bit there. Well worth it. And this guy could, in theory, get upgraded, but we don't have the orders to do it. And realistically, we want to upgrade this guy since it's closer to the front. So, all right. I think it is worth taking monotheism, largely for the opportunity to have the 2 additional orders. And we are really good. We got an XP event, so we're at 8 charisma. So coming along nicely. Harvest horses next turn, potentially as well. But that is this turn. All right, send this one back to Frederick.
Turn 14. Not much going on. We're just going to keep scouting. This case up north. And over here, chopping some more. I have lots of worker movement to be done next turn. Finishing up stone boost. So probably starting at least one. Probably starting a farm here and a quarry somewhere here. Also been thinking about doing the Shrine of Melkart here. And then the Shrine of, this grabs these 2 tiles, which grabs this, which merges this, so we can use the Growth Shrine down there, which is fine. Healing Shrine doesn't really do anything for us, so we go here, Sea Shrine, and here, Growth Shrine. Of course, we will be going for Divination next turn, so that we can get these underway. We'll get the stone to build them through our stone boost, or we could have maybe even went for Divination straight away and buy some stone, but I think it's fine. So, turn's done. See you later.
Turn 15. Got a lovely event from finally getting an heir. Choice of 210 gold, 85 stone, or 20 culture. I think I'm going to pick the stone because stone is the most precious thing right now, and it works out to quite a bit more money. Then we will move our settler around there. We are going to chop, move, and then harvest those horses. Then we will start a monastery over here. And then with our last order, we'd actually buy that Thracian unit. We'll see what spawns next, but probably going to attack this camp once these 2 units finish spawning. The next unit spawns. All right, so that will end that turn. This should settle turn after next. So yeah, we can remind ourselves by Thrace next turn, especially since I have the scout still there. I'll be at 17 units, 17 orders next turn, which is quite wonderful. And we'll need to figure out what we want to do. Might probably get a mine started realistically. Yeah, I think probably mine Parsa is the next step. Maybe with a chop here or there somewhere, but we need to do not have any mine income. And here we're going to need some iron to get the quarry up. So, right, that ends that turn. See you next turn.
And turn 15. So we have some worker stuff to do. Almost enough for a quarry, so we buy the remaining iron. We do have a good money income. We are sitting on traders. We finished our mine here. That's a double the culture value. And we probably want to improve this after the settler. Getting more money, that gets boosted by the 50% from the fair. Mine are already also pretty cheap to build, or fast to build. Cheap also, they don't cost any resources. Then we want to build a farm. Start here. I have 5 orders left. I think we chop. We wait with the chopping. We do some scout movement first. Since there's resources here, I'm expecting there to be a camp here. So we go here. Here. So this is an interesting choice. In most factions, or in most cases, I would always take the legitimacy here, but because we have a trade mismatch, we're already in the negatives, adding another -60 for declaring war. If we click here on declaring war, we're on 100, which means we pay double for mercenaries, and I'd rather only pay 25%. Also, since we are still at truce, I can just buy this. And be happy. We are not going to get attacked. We're getting another unit out here next turn. The cost of this unit was almost 400. And we also need some money soon for tutoring. So I do not wish to fight. And I want divination. Grabbing an early divination here for what we're wanting to do. Getting some early shrines down. Not even that early. I want to buy the other unit that comes out next turn. I think we want to scout here. I'm expecting him to be an orator, although we don't know yet. So grabbing these units before he can grab them. But we are somewhat limited on money. To see, we might need to sell some resources next turn. Maybe chopping, selling some wood and or stone, probably some wood. Just to get everything going. We get barely to 300, so I'm expecting this to cost like between 400 to 450, so this is going to be expensive next turn. Maybe sell some food. We won't be needing settlers too soon before we grab some other units. Fortunately, could have used some orders to pull this back and heal. I am tempted to try and get one of the settlers to here. And 2 mercenaries. The problem is the next unit is most likely strength 4. Or maybe not, maybe it's too early for that. They only get a 20% bonus, so with 2 units should be able to kill this. So if we have sight on his units or that he is not in the vicinity, can probably kill this camp and grab this city. Forward settling here. Probably one statesman because they can build walls faster. But also on statesman here. I'm not seeing anything for traders. Not that any trader cities, the further trader cities are fairly mediocre. So as long as we can deal with the opinion from having the fewest cities and the envy, when the difference gets too high, we might delay a second trader city quite a lot. But it's good. Scythian units are good. I would prefer the ranged unit, since these ranged units are these special units. But having one of these is just fine. We can upgrade these to strength 6 with our training. We did pick up warlike, so we are getting some more training than usual. So that's pretty good. So even if we aren't using our production to build units, we can make use of this training to upgrade the mercenaries. And having a strength 6 horse unit, although it doesn't have a route, it still has the bonus into flat and clear. So if you're fighting on this terrain, if he comes closer here, I mean there's lots of scrubs and forests around, so you might not be able to use that, but having the strength 6 unit here will be good. Or 2 strength 6 units, hopefully. Hopefully he will not scout here soon and we can grab this. Looking good. Pretty short on resources, so these decisions not to pick up the trade, you can see this was 300 gold or what it was, the event was, is not something we can afford. That's also why I'd like to get these 2 shrines down here pretty fast as well as this. The healing shrine is not that important, but this is another 20 money. This is, we can get another 20 money maximum out of this, which is 40 boosted by the fair, which is another 60 income in the trader seat. And of course the growth is always welcome, and eventually we're getting another 0.1 order out of the horses. Using our initial stone boost for that. Of course, there's also wonders to consider, but we're not in dire needs of the pyramids. We're getting lots of civics just from founding cities, in instance with Carthage, so pyramids are still, of course, excellent. I don't specifically need the pyramids, I think. Secret is also excellent for the saved resources, although by the time, after building some shrines, by the time we can afford it, it's probably too late on a map this small, but we'll have to see what we're doing. We don't have a kingship shrine where we could build it besides. I'm a bit sad that we don't have any easy to acquire luxury resources. Snow dies, maybe some are hiding here. In mirror map the center resources are sometimes not evenly distributed, so there might be some postal dice hiding in this piece of fog. Also, of course, we have the whole southern side of the donut. We have our gems here, but otherwise only land consolidation resources inside. I would love another luxury that we can send in here. The extra culture will accelerate this tremendously. We're also already pretty slow for our for developing culture. Really want to get this. The ability to rush with our extra civics is huge. We don't want to spend too many civics on this, since loss cost will cost us 400 without pyramids. But I am looking forward to rushing the elder shopkeeper out. Yeah, that's it for now. Bit more talking strategy because of we discovered the tribes and because we are moving forward in general. So see you on turn 16.
Turn 16. Have an event from influencing. We can gain 1 charisma from that because we can't get another strength to become affable. So we'll do that. We'll start a mine here. We'll move our settler closer to be able to settle. We'll recruit a Thracian. We'll move and heal our slinger, because this has now spawned a 4 strength elite skirmisher, which we will not be able to easily kill with these 3 strength units. So we'll definitely want to move this down and upgrade this guy and pull units down there. We are going to harvest this ore, which conveniently gets us this event, swords or science. We will, of course, take science. So that moves husbandry from 4 to 1 year, which is great. And then we will have our matriarch convert the head of statesmen to our religion as well, which should help here. And hopefully the hunters will convert soon as well, since they've got a bunch of folks that are Zoroastrianism. Then with our last orders, we will move over here and then potentially harvest the marble next turn, and then scout around there and see what's going on down there. So this is the south side of the map. And this is probably the northish side of the map. So it's a pretty wide map. But yeah, we're getting a better picture of what's going on out there. Looking forward to settling. Presume I want to grab all those fish, so I will settle on that tile, I think. And then we will heal this guy up and start upgrading. Just reminders to keep doing that. And then over here we see a marauder. If it decides to wander in, we may recruit it. Don't really want to, but potentially can if necessary. So we only recruited 8 legitimacy worth of mercs. So yeah, need to figure out what I want to do with this city site. Definitely don't want to declare war on them yet, and we're going to keep scouting around. So that ends this turn.
And we're back on turn 16. So taking a look over here, we have a skirmisher spawning. That's good. We want the ranged units, preferably for 12. We can get this. We do have a strength 4 unit in here. So let's just check our damage previews quickly. 3, 3, 8, not good. Not good. So we can probably not snipe the cities that soon. Need to found these 2 first, heal up this slinger. Actually, tempted to just start this now. Even the orders for moving are not what I really want to spend. And I think we use the remaining to scout. What do we know about forests? These are here, so we know here is a forest. I think we take it here and here. And that's it. Keep these around. They will of course be draining our money. Only 4 though. The not that expensive while they're on strength 3 still. Keeping them around to keep sight on the camp. And because they're way too slow to move out away anyway. 7 turns. So we might buy another unit in 7 turns and then kill the camp. Be way easier if our merchant had been to have some more discipline, but as it stands, only barely paying for his upkeep of 5. He did not get a level, and we need to remove him next turn anyway, but he did provide some experience for the slinger. Yep, next turn we will be needing most of our orders, or a lot of orders, to start tutoring for our orders, just half our orders. Yep. Looking good. He will not be doing much. We will probably start 2 shrines in 2 turns. Yep, looking good. Things are starting to fall into place. So, see you on turn 17.
Turn 17, we're going to go ahead and grab Stone Boost. We will settle this city for hunters, thanks to all this great food. Start a worker there, heal that guy up. Scout around here, see what we see. Lots of land. Scout here, harvest. Looks like there's a barbarian camp here. I'm not sure where the free city site is. That's kind of confusing. Move here, move that scout. And then I think I actually want to influence her because she's unhappy, and the clerics are at 2 of 6. So we will sell a tiny bit of stone to get that influence rolling. The hunter's converted, which is great. So yeah, we're in great shape there. Gonna get a lot of food going here as well. And then this one will come on down here, and this guy will heal up a bit as well. Get some upgrades going there. Not sure what to do about this site. It's kind of awkward. We'll scout around here a little bit, see what we can find. But yeah, I didn't expect that to be there. I expected to have a free city site. I'm not sure where it is then. We need to keep going. Probably going to have the scout come north, the scout go west. I don't think there's anything here. I don't know. We might roll around. Looks like lots of mountains. All right, let's send this one back.
And here we are. Turn 17. Our kid got to 10. We are picking philosophy and not politics like I would have in the past. We can replace the general. Do we want to spend this? I think it's actually great. I should have checked this last turn. That was a big mistake. Could have had a hero healing this up while moving forward. Oh my god. Well, pays to be diligent. Not your leader, but you as a player. So we replace this, and we tutor, and we tutor here. Now we have 3 more moves. And I'm inclined to use this for scouting. Actually, wait, we know the forest here. We know the forest's output, so we can move according to that. We can move here. This is this forest. And now we can move across here. This is this tile, so we get side up north. He still hasn't cleared this side. Wow. That's surprising. Wait. I mean, so maybe he went scouting south? Interesting. I mean, I'm happy. I probably want to stay in these forests. I don't want to be seen by him. If he sees the scout out of the forests, he'll know what I am, which I probably want to avoid. But otherwise, it's looking fine. We will be needing most of our orders next turn to build shrines. That's 3 orders here. That's 2 and another 3 orders here. It's 5. So this alone. Then we have the settler to move, so we can only start 1 shrine next turn. Ooh, limited by orders. But since we know he isn't just not even here, that's just fine. We don't need to desperately scout these next turns. I'd rather move this. Just need to make sure he isn't blocking this with the scout, so we don't want to move our slinger too far. But that's for the most part. This settler wants to be the rider, this wants to be the statesman just to get more orders. There's not too much to improve here, but we can build some quarries. Don't know how much there is in this vicinity. All flat. So we probably want to be forward to grab the honey. Unless we can see some other resource, find some other resources here. Here we probably want to be forward to catch the horses. Here we probably can catch the camels, so we catch the lavender to get some passive culture going. He is on 4, so he probably got his culture up already, and he probably also got his next city down, so he built another settler immediately after his first. I expect any wonder or such we would have been notified. I don't think he has built the holy site for his religion yet. Yep, looking good. So you come here, you come here. Probably want to build another settler in here in 3 turns. Quite short on resources. But we will have some more money by then. Okay, see you next time.
Turn 19. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Mill Drill. move our scout around. We meet the Vandals. That gives us an event to get 1 wisdom, so we take that 1 wisdom. Next, we are going to position our skirmishers here to attack this. As it turns out, this can only deal 2 damage when it's in the forest, and I can deal 2 damage since I have 2 of them. I can actually take out that camp, dealing 4 damage a turn, over 5 turns, just in time. Force march over here to get this guy in range. We will recruit, so we don't take damage from that, and we will go to war with the Thracians, attacking there, and attacking in the south as well. You can see that here. We've attacked there. I don't know, I didn't recenter. Harvest here, move this, and we found out where that extra city site is, so we immediately move our settler towards that, and then in the north we will recruit both these barbarians to clear that last site. So, all right, that unfortunately drops a bunch of folks out of happiness. Not entirely sure why. Oh, I guess legitimacy. Yeah, we did recruit a bunch legitimacy-wise, so that will drop our clerics. But fortunately, we are influencing her, so that should bounce back up. But we do miss out on a couple orders for this turn. And mill drill. And after we get mill drill, we probably want to consider forestry, ranges, and sovereignty as our next targets, with navigation also a consideration. Any of those is pretty good. Probably, yeah, I think we definitely need forestry and compo so that we can get ranges up. Sovereignty is also pretty good. So for now, yeah, compo is probably somewhat late. Forestry is probably priority, and navigation. Those two feel more important right now. All right, and we're going to kill military units. Should be able to deal damage here. We'll get a kill here, we'll get a kill here, and then hopefully we'll find some more camps, or worst case, we just go kill the Vandals as well. I don't think it's worth recruiting them, and I think I probably have recruited everything I want at 14 mercs recruited at this point. All right, let's send this one back.
Year 18. And alcaras. Spying regular barbarians. Interesting. Very interesting. He has 4 weak cities already. Wow. Okay. But not this. So I guess he pushed down first. Like this is coast, so must have pushed through here, or maybe he got a lucky ship from an event. I am inclined. Husbandry. I think husbandry is a good next tech to get some horses. So he has an orator, gracious, robust, wow, compassionate, lots of civics, and robust for orders on a Persian leader. Okay. Hunters. So he was joking around earlier. It's fine. So we want to move this along. I think we're going to found our rider seat here, make this the second rider city. So we can found this one next turn. Looking to found this here. This will be next turn, yes, and he will be starting, I think, preferably as a follow-up shrine. This adds this. That husbandry will take longer than that shrine to finish. So I think we start with the mill card, even though we are getting less value out of that. Heal. And we got an event for Kid. I'm somewhat tempted to take this, although it's usually not what I do. Like, the wisdom from Witty or Humble is good, although Humble has the disadvantage on a potential leader of getting an extra minus 40 from proud characters. Righteous is kinda meh. You don't care about the discontent reduction, although there's an event that can give you can found a world religion if you're righteous. Bold is fine. It's a decent trade, but we're not looking for courage on him. Discipline is actually quite valuable because we are looking for him to become the governor in Carthage, and discipline as well as wisdom is what we're looking for in stats. So we are not taking up one of the strengths, since we can only have 3 with a potential bad trait, and keep going. No more orders. We don't want to spend our training on this. He already has 4 cities. I mean, it's unsurprising. He has hunters with 4 growth game. He's probably been building settlers out of this. Hopefully we can catch up. He is stronger. Also unsurprising, he probably has been buying a lot more tribal mercenaries. I do need to get this city down and the scout moving south. Not really good on the cognomen front. She's the gracious. The gracious. What does gracious do? Not. No. Oh, that's the. That's not his leader. That's his leader. He's the pioneer. So 40 city is founded. Unsurprising. We have some catching up to do. So that's it for now. So let's send the turn back.
Turn 19. Family opinion is now pretty good. The Statesmen converted back, and the influence worked on her. Move our settler over. Scout around. Harvest the marble. Didn't get anything for it. Found the barbarian site there. Scouting around. Found a hill. Trying to find what's up with the north coast. Seems like it sort of runs along there. We'll attack here. Dragging across the water because we can't get to this. We can get there next turn. And then we'll move over here and heal. Nothing left to really influence. Everyone's pretty happy. We're going to have 25 orders next turn. So we're in good shape at the moment. This will die next turn. This will die some turns away. And yeah, we might want to move this guy over there. TBD, honestly. Need to upgrade it first, and then we can think about moving it around. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this turn. And last turn I forgot to mention I swapped 2 Zoroastrian disciples in here because we're floating quite a lot of civics. This worker will start that. So we'll reposition the barb in the north. And of course, start marble. Turn 20. Feeling like we're kicking along in all cylinders. Should also get culture event next turn, which will be very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna clear this site out, and this site is 3 years away, so just in time. Perfect timing there. This will be a great hunter site. Definitely need to think about which family goes where. Try to get a better vision on this site and see what's going on over here. But yeah, that pretty much ends this turn. Sending it back.
Turn 19. So we want to get our city going. And riders. It's good, that gives us another order through our finished ambition. Also makes it easier to move along here, at least a bit. So a worker in here, 5 orders. I think we want to start this, at least as 2 on here. Is this? I think I want to start this, prioritizing this. Next turn we will need some more orders for tutoring and money. So movement or healing, we need 2 healing. I think we can put this, otherwise we also can just regenerate a point here and be done with 1 set of healing on the way. And I think we're done for now. He's attacking this with at least another unit by the looks of it. Bit concerned that he's reading us stronger. I mean, erudite is expected because he has monasticism from his clerics. And probably a monastery down already. Looking to move this settler and this slinger forward. I'm taking this one out in 4 years after we buy another unit. It will hopefully be a strength 4 unit and hopefully one of the ranged units. Yep. And that's it for now. See you on turn 20 for another sit rep.